To have this conversation right here in the studio, I have two distinguished guests, and they are starting very close to me. I have Liberty Osemi. He is from the Clean Foundation. That is an organization that is designed to give education about law enforcement. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
And of course, we have Mike Ejiofor, who is a former director for the DSS, and he is a security expert. Thank you. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, let's go straight to it. The Civilian Joint Task Force, who are they? What's their mode of operation? Are they being paid? Who pays them? Tell us about them.
Well, the Civilian Joint Task Force was created at the height of the insurgency in the northeast, especially in Borno State, by the state governor, Kashim Shettima. He was the person who created the Joint Task Force to complement or support the regular military forces because of the challenges they were having as a result of the terrain, language, and it's believed too that they use means to find out what was going on then. And I think the state government pays them, and their number has increased since the creation. Like you said, they are paid by the state government.
Till date.
They complement the regular military force. They are also under supervision by the military so that they don't go abusing the rights of other law-abiding citizens.
That's interesting. Let's have your thoughts on this, because you have also had cause to find out about them work with some people who have been involved in that. The Civilian Joint Task Force, beyond just the basics, there are worries that these group of people could actually become another, would I say, a weapon in the hands of the political class, as have been reported by some outfits. How true is that?
Well, good. Let us also ask the fundamental question. What happens to the Civilian JTF after the Boko Haram? That's a pose we should address. If today there is no more Boko Haram in Northeast, what happened to Civilian JTF? Who accounts to the gun given to them? A young guy that has AK-47, and at the end of the month, you pay him 10,000 or 5,000, and you're giving him the training to operate, to dismantle a gun within 53 seconds. And he knows that with this gun, I can make quick money. What do you expect? And take, for instance, we've read in a story where they said Boko Haram pays $3,000. I don't know how true that is.
Unconfirmed reports.
And they're offering me $3,000, and they're offering me $10,000 to do the same operation of utilizing the gun.
$3,000 and 10,000 naira.
To utilize the gun. So what are you saying? At the end of the day, and I am a politician, and I know that by the time I 1 million at them, I can get the most stubborn person to be my talk. So when we set problems, you know, I would want some of you guys or some of us who are media practitioners to go back and study the emergence of Boko Haram. This was the same thing we did. We allowed those who were ordinarily not supposed to have access to gun to have gun. At the end of the day, they split. But let me not digress. Go and study the emergence of militants in Niger Delta as far back as 2003. Go and study how they emerged. It's because people allowed those who are not supposed to have gun.
So we might as well be breeding a second phase of Boko Haram through these vigilante groups. Do you agree with that? This could be another phase of Boko Haram.
Don't also forget, I think we should look at the fundamental, the basics. Boko Haram was a political creation by the ruling class then. They even had appointment in government because they had this religious belief that Western education is forbidden. So they were accommodated for political reasons and used. At the end of the day, it became like the Frankenstein monster. He couldn't be controlled anymore. More so when they had a problem where their leader was killed extrajudicially. I think that was where we got it wrong, because the moment you begin to create extra governmental bodies to assist government when you have conventional and regular bodies, you're bound to create more problems. And that's what we're facing. And it might not end soon.
Borno state government now has this issue because we're having this conversation, and for some people this is new for conventional media to now be looking into CJTF. But then maybe that's why Boko Haram never really was on anybody's radar until they became a problem. So what are the possible solutions? Would you suggest scrap civilian JTF? Would you suggest that? Question to both of you.
Not now.
Not now.
Not
so
now.
in as much as they are a problem, they are still
They're necessary evil for now, until we get to the root cause and get a solution to the insurgency in the north, to continue to manage them. But it's going to be a problem thereafter.
How are we even managing them right now?
Problem thereafter.
How are we even managing them
Well,
right now?
they're not supposed to be operating without the military. That is the rule. They are not supposed to operate independently. They are supposed to be operating in line with the military and under the control of the military.
My answer to it is absolutely let the Boko, it is better to let the civilian JTF go. I would even prefer to let the military guys go back to barrack, release the mobile police at them, release mobile police at Boko Haram, let them try, let's see. After 3 months, let's do evaluation. So we should stop this pretense.
Why are you so confident about
I am so confident. I
mobile
go to
police?
Medjugorje. No, I am so confident.
I'm taken aback.
You go to the Maiduguri.
Hold
I'm
on,
aware
hold
of that.
on, hold on.
No, excuse me.
The JTF, the Boko Haram guys, aren't military guys, are they? They are ragtag armies. Go and study most of the. I'm on air. I don't want to say some content, but the reality is I do not subscribe that the civilian JTF should remain. The Nigerian state should put them out and do the right thing.
Well, I agree with you to some extent, but where I disagree completely is that the Boko Haram fears the mobile police
More than the military.
more than the military.
That's
It's
let me say something before we close. When you have interaction with some military guys, they tell you, when we hit hard at them, we get a retrieval order. Right. In 2012, one of the people said, when Chibok girls were taken, it was not true that this guy didn't go after them. But people got order to retrieve. A soldier narrated how they were asked not to attack, they were bombing. You see, what I'm telling you, in terms of conflict entrepreneur, if you allow the Nigerian soldiers to really do the job and forget about political interference, allow Nigerian soldiers to smoke Boko Haram out and give them 1 month. If you know the strength of Nigerian soldiers, you know that these guys are not in short.
Then if they can do that, why then are you suggesting
Political interference.
So you think that political interference will not get into the Nigerian police as well?
Listen. Lack of political will is worse than economic doom, because you need a political will to bring this to an end.
I'm just asking. You believe that the mobile police will not be influenced by politics and all of that, but the army is.
When you put them out, put the mobile police with some kind of training or some kind of commitment. But let me tell you, we forget to ask the question, what is the use of the Nigerian police? If the police do not have the capacity to train them, as we speak today, the Nigerian police then be reduced to ordinary controlling of traffic.
With all due respect.
So what's the needs of the police?
All right, I want to bring you into this. He has made an interesting comment. Insurgency, who is it that's supposed to fight insurgency? Let's get this. The Nigerian police or the military?
depends on at the stage. At the stage we are now in the insurgency stage, it is the military. Because we have gone past maintenance of internal security, which is the sole responsibility, constitutional responsibility of the Nigerian police. You also recall that towards the twilight of the last Inspector General of Police, about 2,000 mobile policemen were trained to and sent to Borno to go and help them. And I asked on air, what sense does it make? Things that the military cannot handle. Then you are sending the policemen, you are just sending them on suicide mission. I remember saying so. So this is beyond the police. But the role of the police now should be when the military takes over a place, the Nigerian police should be on ground to consolidate.
The Nigerian state needs to get serious. As we speak, if you go to Cuba, people enter train and helicopter escorts them. Now, have you asked yourself what happens if they decide to blow the track with dynamite and attack the plane, attack the train? People get tickets to enter train that's ordinarily supposed to be 700. People are getting the ticket as far back as much as 10,000, 15,000. Because the queue has become too much. You need to get tickets to move. So the train that was built for the poor has been taken over by the rich. So what's the problem?
A lot of conversations to be had on this. A big thank you to you, Liberty Oseni, and of course to you, Sir Mike Ejo, for talking to us. In just having one conversation, we have actually opened the Pandora's box and released a whole lot of other questions that I believe you have an opinion on. So give us your thoughts on the comment section of this video. My name is Gloria Oji Emode, and you've been watching Root Cause.